Hey there, everybody. Drew here, the Gnostic Wizard. Just wanted to jump on here, and as promised, we're going to begin the Othur Dragonrider Saga. It's a series or a collection of beautiful and fun stories with a very wonderful message, I think, in all of them. But was led to begin with one of my favorites, definitely a top 10 for the Othur series. And many of you may not know the word, but it's ancient or Proto-Germanic, Proto-Norse, not a very common one. Mentioned a couple times here and there, but it's a very personal name that I was given through meditation or journeying and researching into it. But yeah, thanks for coming along with us on this journey. It's always a fun adventure. And we're honestly so very grateful to each and every one of you for being here. And so we're going to start off this series. So Othur is, or Othir, Othur, tomato, just depends on what time frame and who's speaking it. A lot of these old languages, pre-colonization, pre-crusades and things like that. The dialect is, and the verbiage is based on region, time, groups of people, but a lot of similarities and a lot of fun researching into this stuff. It's been, a good 10 years or so, been getting into all of this and maybe more, to be honest, but just at least very in depth the last 10 years or so in this lifetime, in this dimension. But so Othur, Dragon Rider, he's a shepherd. He's a steward. Nothing more. He's not better than anybody else. It's just who he is. We're all like different pieces to the puzzle. It's really silly. It's like the hand saying the foot isn't important. It's ridiculous. They're both part of the whole. We're all part of the singularity we're all singularities of the wavelength, right? So no one's better or worse. We're all growing and learning. Where we get into issues is from stagnancy and disconnection from source, from creator. So Othur is a steward of the land of Ulfhednar. It's the land of the dragon shepherds. It's a land where it's almost always warmer than cold. It's a land where the sun shines brightly almost all year, but it never burns. A slow way of life where people don't have very many quarrels. And if they do, it's most of the time from a minor misunderstanding and almost always ends in a big belly laugh and a hug. Very few people get sick and age slowly according to the need and symbiotic connections with all living things of this land. It is a place where all live in unconditional love and reciprocity. Everyone feels seen and heard. There's always time to talk and have a fresh cup of tea that the land offers up for us being caring and kind stewards. We each have big family meals, sometimes with the entire group, sometimes with smaller groups. But we're never without. We're always cared for, and we always care for others. The wind blows just hard enough to make a kite fly and strengthen the trees, help the birds fly, but never enough to cause harm or blow down. The seasons greet us with kindness, and we do the same. We hear and listen to all creatures, animals, plants, even if they don't speak the same language. We all are in understanding of one another, to the best of our ability, of course. We're all sentient, living beings with free will. We'll get into that as well, but with free will comes fun and interesting adventures and responsibilities, right? And those that are sovereign beings are connected to source, and they have free will. It doesn't matter what dimension, what place, what realm. We all have free will unless it's being superseded, unless something is taking it or we're giving it up. Whether through ignorance or arrogance, that free will, that sovereignty has to be freely given in one form or another. All beings here are in harmony, are in balance. We're even friends with dragons, and they shepherd us, and we steward them. We are in relation. They play games, they hang out, they're part of the community. Everyone is. And one day, Othur was having a wonderful harvest feast. After stewarding the land in the right way, bounty is received. He has a wonderful feast that he's also a cook. He loves to help and provide, and he's helping cook with all of his family and kin. He has 2 wonderful children, a boy and a girl, and his beautiful wife and twin soul that the dragons helped him find from a nearby land across the sea. But one day after this wonderful feast, as the sun is setting over the sky, the great Father Sun, great Creator's Son, says to Othur, "It's time for you to fulfill your duties as a shepherd in the land beyond the Sun Gate. Please tell your wife and your loved ones, your kin, make sure your steward duties are taken care of." The sun also told Paithariel, the great dragon, the steward of this land for the dragons, and they met each other in the sacred grove. The sun beamed its light down in a dazzling display of golden, white, crystalline light, creating a prismatic bridge, merging both dragon and Othur together as one, and instantly transported them across the world bridge that the great Father Sun had made for them. During this transition, they were given a download, a directive. This directive was to create peace, return autonomy and harmony. The free will and sovereignty of this land had been taken, and it must be given back to the wonderful kindred people that have fallen to a powerful dark wizard. And this dark wizard was once light, but had become twisted and cruel, become over-dominating over the entire land, forcing it to bend to his will. But this wizard was deceived by another unseen force. It was through fear. And through this fear, the dark wizard was changed over time. Instead of stewarding, he was also deceiving. He was enslaving these people and draining their energy of every living thing across the entire realm. Upon entering this foreign land, Othur, who was still merged with this great dragon, they together examined the surroundings. Smelled of sulfur. The air was foul of burnt, very putrid smelling, burnt sulfur singed his nose. There were large white and stone pillars, very large colosseums, amphitheaters. It overlooked the sea of a beautiful land, and the sun even seemed to be dimmed, but it was not night. And Othur started moving towards the center of the structure in a large complex. And as he came around the corner, there was a room where many people were worshiping and chanting, on their knees, bowing down and chanting to these fallen beings that were enslaving them. These fallen beings almost put the people into a daze, like zombies. 2 of these people went after Othur, but instead of fighting back, he did exactly what he was told. In a split second, 2 worlds at one time, and in a split second, he was told again, do not fear. Do not have hatred in your heart. This is how they have taken over. You must rely on the sacred dragon fire to free them from the spell. At once, they came out of the frenzy. Instead of attacking Othur, they crouched down in agony and confusion. The same continued to all those that were under the dark powers. Any who would come near, in anger and disillusionment, all were transmuted by the dragon and by the sacred fire. It came to the point where the burnt smell and rot concentrated. The dark wizard was standing there, with some of the most twisted of his followers. Again, there was no struggle. Externally, but only in the mind of Othur. He knew he could not let the love out of his heart, or the same fate would overcome his spirit, extinguish the light of Ulfhednar. He knew each soul was kindred. Each one was precious, just as his own, like that of a child. But this case, and it succumbed to too much trauma. Finally, the master was face to face with Othur and the dragon. Othur said to him, "You need not to do any of this any longer. Give up the tricks. You have been fooled." And as the dark wizard lashed out, it seemed like time was frozen solid. And as the dark wizard was striking Othur was told, "Hug him, take him back home." And that's exactly what Othur did. He said, "Brother, you cannot continue this way. It's time to come back." And as Othur was hugging this dark wizard, and the dark wizard was trying to cut Othur to pieces, the sacred dragon and the dragon fire came between them and engulfed them in the sacred flames. And as the flames engulfed them both, the sun came out brighter than this land had ever seen. Like a great white flash, they both dissolved into the light. Othur was placed right back into Ulfhednar, as if coming home from a long journey. And every living thing on that plane of existence came back to life, as if it was waking from a nightmare that they never wanted to be in again. All things were right as rain, and Othur was greeted by his loved ones. They cheered, they hugged. Othur rubbed his kids' heads and kissed his beloved twin soul, and they feasted again as if nothing ever happened. And Othur walks to the kitchen to grab a glass and looked out his favorite window. Seeing the dragon fly overhead, they smiled at one another, and through their unshakable bond, said together as one, "Until next time, good friend, thank you." And just a little bit about this story. Might be fiction, might be nonfiction. Take it how you will. But no matter what, this is a beautiful story to me. We cannot beat oppression into submission. We then become the oppressor. We cannot have miracles happen by being in a low vibrational frequency or a toxic state of mind. We are capable of doing miracles. We are capable of being source creator in the present moment. When we allow that bridge, when we allow that connection to be possible, when we transmute our own trauma and the darkness within each and every one of us, it always tries to creep back in like a river. It's flowing. Life is flowing, always. And we must remember to try our best to see things with a positive outlook, to see things as whole, not partial. Sometimes we need a 1,000-foot view like the eagle, and sometimes we need that close-up view like the mouse. And who's to say we can't do both? So want to leave you here with this story, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And hope you enjoyed part 1 of the Othur Dragonrider Saga. We'll be having a lot more of these stories. And hopefully, like I said, once a week, might do something fun like this and something a little bit more serious and educational. Hoping to get one more video out today about a little bit of relearning, a little bit of revisiting some history. And if you didn't have your own cup of tea, welcome to grab one off of our website, www.eternalbloom.net. Have one-of-a-kind, beautiful teas, all in-house crafted, all organic, and even have some wonderful freeze-dried fruits and dried herbs and freeze-dried microgreens in there. Surely tasty and help boost your spirit and help elevate your life and ours, right? It's a two-way street. We're all in this together. We've gotten this far together, and we'll continue to get further the same way. Thank you very much for being here along with us on this journey. Have a great day.